Right, sorry for that slow start. Let's have a look at these markets. This is a weekly on the Dow. So, big pullback for a couple of weeks, and it came into some support, got bought up overnight. Markets are picking up. This Dow is picking up, and it's pushed up a couple hundred pips since the reversal a couple of hours ago. I don't think this market is done on the pullbacks. So I've got US GDP this week. If we slam in or get close to that trend line and fail, I think this could roll over and see a deeper move back into year's autumn support. So 35.5 would be my guess. If I'm right, we need to start selling as we claw back into 39,000 and then potentially see a move to at least 35.5. If you look at the daily, we are already butting up against this resistance here. So if we reconnect that moving average and fail, then I think 36 and lower is on the cards. A lot of this price down here was overnight, so a lot of traders have not had a chance to get into that. So I think at the very least, the market will want to come back and go back to that point. Okay, we're pushing up here at the moment with GDP on Thursday, core durable goods on Wednesday. No reason to sell at this point. Now, what have I done with my? My list. Oh, sorry, I've just found my list. Thought I lost my list. Got it. Hi. Let me just get my list. Right, let's have a look at the UK. Wow, pushed right back into 24 highs. So we broke up here on the 20th of March. We retested that last week. Retested that on Friday and had a and now we're getting the follow through on that. Let me just look at a couple of things. So I'm just pausing while I check on a couple of things. Um, okay, so if that's going to sit up, then anything under 8,000, 79, 75 area, pull back into this breakout that we've seen today, close above 80.50, and then we're heading back up. Okay, right. Let's look at the Nasdaq. Yeah, so Nasdaq is sitting right on these 23 highs. This is a really, really crucial area, potentially a good place to buy the Nasdaq. This was toppling over a little bit faster than the Dow. So we saw a top up there about 18 and a half, and here we are just 17,150 as we speak. We close above 17,200, and this could be going back up to the highs, or at least to reconnect that 50-day average up there at 17,800. So this is a very significant day for the Nasdaq if we can hold on to that. Bear with me for one moment. Okay, so this is a very, very significant chart. You can see if we look back to the left over here on the 18th of Jan, we broke up. So if we close underneath this, we're coming back to 24 lows up there, down there at 16,000. But this is very, very significant if we hold this and keep going. Okay, let's have a look at gold. Gold is pulling right back. So gold appears to have been bought on the back of the fear or geopolitics. Come on, charts are really slow today. Yeah, so a close underneath this 2360. As you can see, we're just reconnecting with the 50-day average. We haven't connected that with that since late March. So I would back off of gold. If you're interested in gold, 2240, I'd move right back down to April breakout area. At the moment, we look as if we could boomerang right the way back. But if we turn around and spin on that 50-day average, then that could take us back above those highs and beyond. What's my guess? I think we're going to creep lower until we get to Thursday, at least Wednesday, and then we'll see. Oil, still buying lows in this one. I had two bites out of this today. I held a position over the weekend and gave a little bit of profit back. So look at this channel. Keep touching the bottom of this channel since we got down there on Thursday. Bought the low of the channel on Friday, bought the low of the channel today. If we can close above 82.50 anytime soon, then that's going back up to 87 plus. We've got 94 up there, 94.30 up there. So we've got to close above 82.5. So at the moment, I would suggest keep buying pullbacks, and 81 at the moment is a pullback area. And your stop's going to have to be under 80.70, 80, well, at least under 80.50 to stand a chance of staying in that. If we close higher after invents and core durable goods on Wednesday, then this could be lifted off if the market likes what it hears or sees on Thursday GDP. Pull back from that. You can see this is a very tough area. So we dropped hard from late October. So 23 highs of 94.30 that I just mentioned. But the fact this channel, this low of these channels getting bought to me suggests that could hold. Let's go back to the dollar a second. Yeah, so the dollar is struggling up here. We actually gapped down on the 2nd of November, and we just about filled that gap. Yeah, we actually filled that gap at this recent high. So if we can close lower here, then I think we're going to at least retest 103.70. Wheat. So I am frustrated that I got in a little bit too early. I was sucked in by this higher move early March, and then they just plunged it. This is really, really typical. I've said to you on several occasions with commodities, not just wheat, but commodities. If you see a key area of support that's holding, fine, buy, but be aware that commodities. This is why I'm so frustrated, because I should have been looking out for this. Commodities like to they're lower volume, so they tend to break support if they close it back pretty quick. And we looked as if we're going to do it there. We did actually close higher there. Um, we touched that area again, the back end, middle of last week, and here we are breaking out. So this is all very bullish now. The fact we closed under here and then closed above was very bullish. Just frustrated I didn't get that lower number. But at the end of the day, I'm not in the business of picking bottoms and picking tops. I'm in the business of making money. So as long as I follow my rules and I don't risk too much, as long as I manage my risk, then I'm happy. So ever since early April, we've been closing above this major 23, 24 trend line. So any pullbacks now to 575, potentially buyable. Next stop is $6, 610, 650, and I think $7 is going to be an easy ride. Be very, very surprised if we don't see $7 in the coming weeks. Question is, $7 will take us up here. It's worth um, talking about this for a bit so you can just see what my exit strategy is. So there's the $7. That's $7.10. And then of course we've got 23 highs up there at $8.07. I think if you're patient enough, we should get at least $8. $6.50, $7 is going to be a tough call. Just be aware it might turn around at $6.50, $7, assuming we get up there. But I think this is a nice trade, and volume is picking up. The bars are closing nice and higher. So let's see if we can do that. Let's have a look at a couple of other. We talked about cocoa today. Before we do that, here's one that went crazy last year. Orange juice is picking up, looking like it wants to run again. So early in the year, we are down there at 20, we went under 29, immediately closed higher next day, mid-Jan. So this is, as long as we can hold this pattern, as long as we can hold these lows, the orange juice could go back up to those highs and beyond. However, obviously close under 35 and that's done. But look at the volume coming in on these dips. Every time this dips, that's where the support is. Yeah, let's have a look at wisdom tomorrow, but wisdom should catch up. Right. Any other commodities? Let's look at natural gas. Let's go and look at cocoa again. Yeah, so natural gas. I was suggesting it will pull back into this support, but it's not holding back at the moment. We are seeing some cold temperatures. I mean, Berlin is -1 tonight, so my daughter is going to have to turn her heating up. High grade copper. That's already hit the extension. A sweet move. So look here, we break support. This is another typical move. So the main support area there was 37,300. We broke it at 36,700. Immediately closed higher on the 12th of Feb and then started breaking out the 15th of Feb. So there is the typical, that's what's just happened in wheat. Break support in early Feb, closes back up above that support, and then it goes. Okay, we didn't look at gold, did we? Yes, we did. Stupid me. Right, cocoa. Yeah, this has had an incredible run. You don't often see many daily charts like that. Um, if I push that back to the last big move, so we had a big push up in 25th of March, moved higher after that, and then pulled right back in 4th of April. So I would look for, if you're interested in this, I would go back, I would start looking at this at 98.80, potentially might go to 95. But as we're going up, the volume's dropping. In fact, the volume was already dropping on this last move up. That's a sign that it was running out of steam. So I would sit back and I'd be patient for that to pull back much further. Lumber. Yeah, last I tried to look for lumber and I couldn't find it. Oh, here we go. Don't know why I couldn't find it last time around then. Right, okay. Look at that. Three very significant moves. So that's 38,600. Um, that's on the underside of a trend line, so I would wait for that to pull back. I think that might go back. Mind you, the volume is so the volume is picking up. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Um, I my plan will be to wait for 40. I'd wait and see if that gap filled at 40. Right, moving on. Let's look at some miners. Right, seeing some profit taking in PAF that was up there at 25. Um, Looks like that might want to come down further. So I would, if you want to get back into that, I would, you may even see 20. Um, Australia's had a good run. They've all had a good run. They're all pausing for breath. Griffin. They've all had very, very good runs. Well, look at this one. Griffin was down there in December at 79. Just tested 142, 143. So miners, let's have a look at financials. We've got some banks. Lloyd's, it's gone from 40 to 52. I would wait for 48 if you're interested. Let's have a look at direct line. I would love this to peel back. I'm waiting for the for direct line to peel back to 170. At which point, if it holds, I'm going to go into direct line. Barclays, yeah, this got an upgrade. This looks as if it's got. Um, I think that's got £2, £2 50 on it, possibly more. Right, financials. What stocks, if anything, you want me to look at? Um, AMD. Yeah, it's pulling right back. This is boomerang back to the support from the 16th of Jan. This is really interesting chart. Very, very interesting chart. Because if we close above this 150, 120, so in other words, close back above Friday's drop. You're thinking drop, I'm thinking buy. I just think we've been on a huge run up there to 22,620. Um, we came from or 16th of January, saw this bust up. I'm looking for that to look how the volume's picking up. If that closes above 15, I think that's going back to the highs. Closes underneath 143 and yeah, lower. I'm with you, lower. But this is a major, major support. I think that's a three-wave pullback. So you've got this huge run. So we came from 496 to wow. I mean, we just went in up there at 22. So from nearly 5 to 20, it's huge. Um, and this is a one, two, three wave correction. It could, as you say, it could easily come lower, easily. But if we close above here, I can see that potentially winding back up again. I certainly wouldn't short it, put it that way. But that would not be in my trade plan to short stock like that. Um, let's look at the healthcares. AstraZeneca, talked about that for quite a while. The BMY, Bristol Myers, that the volume in that is picking up significantly. I think Bristol Myers is good. Laxo, yeah, look at the volume coming in on these stocks. Medtronic. That look at that. There's the big breakup area here on the 13th December. Moved from 78.20 to 88.35. And this is a pullback. We've pulled right back into the breakout area. Higher volume. This Medtronic is a good one. Because if we go back to 87, 88 and close higher, then that's going to potentially recover to up there to over the $100. I'm liking that. I like this sector anyway. Um, right, I just look at a couple here. Let's go back through some old favorites. Elementis holding up. Glencore, they had a good run. Man Group pulling right back. Yeah, see the volumes were really thin up there. Look how we um, went up on lower volume. There's no surprise to me that we've hit the buffers there and that's pulling right back. Okay, unless you want to look at anything else, I'm going to leave it there. What else did I want to look at? A quick flick through. Rio, doing well. Yeah, let's look at BT and sentiment. Yeah, BT, I mean, anyways, let's look at BT. So again, very interesting. This pullback to 102, 103 appears to have got bought. The volume, very nice volume today. We're coming up on volume, closing above um, a lot of support. If we can just crack 110, BT could break out, and there's plenty of time to get into that. 106, 107, with a stop under the pound mark. Um, Vodafone, I noticed Vodafone was better today as well. This QQ has pulled back to support area. That's gapped up. That's good for a pullback now. Some of its business is in arms, so I think the deal over the weekend has done that. IQE, if that pulls back, that's worth a shot. More speculative. Rolls-Royce. Pullback for Rolls-Royce is working. And finally, sentiment needs a pullback, as do some of the other miners. I can see that going back to at least 120, maybe the pound mark. However, if the volume picks up here and these dips hold, we could be on the way to 140. Brilliant. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot for your comments and so on. Have a good week, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.